Hello everyone, I am Professor R.B. Kadlak from Kekiwa College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Nasik. I am giving a lecture on rainwater harvesting. Introduction. Water harvesting. It is a collection and storage of any kind of water, either runoff or creek flow. Then, importance of water harvesting. We know that day by day population is increased, which require more agricultural land under cultivation, which require availability of water. Although at every places there is a groundwater, but its exploration needs money. As a result, it become constrained. However, by water harvesting during rainy season, the water availability can be found investing least cost. In rainy season, there is a more rainfall, hence land's water requirement is less, but in a summer season, water requirement is higher because of less rainfall or no rainfall. Hence, to complete the water requirement, water harvesting is important. Although in this situation, artificial supply of water to fill the demand may provide an obvious response to the water scare, but artificial supply of water is costly. Water harvesting technique is classified on the basis of some points such as sources of water available, required storage duration, and intended use of harvested water. On the basis of this point, the harvesting techniques are classified as first, roof harvesting, second, runoff harvesting, and third, floodwater harvesting. First, roof water harvesting. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. It is a technique through which rainwater is captured from the roof catchment and stored in the reservoir. Harvested rainwater can be stored in a subsurface groundwater reservoir by adopting artificial recharge technique to meet the household need through storage in the tank. The main objective of this harvesting is to make water available for future use. Capturing and storing rainwater for future use is particularly important in a dry land, hilly, urban and coastal areas. Figure shows roof water harvesting. Second, runoff harvesting. Runoff harvesting again classified as short-term storage and long-term storage. Short-term storage by contour bund, by semicircular hoop, by trapezoidal bund, by graded bund, by rock catchment and by ground catchment. Short-term storage by contour bund. This method involves the construction of bund on the contour of catchment area. This bund hold the flowing surface runoff through the area into the surrounding space of two adjacent bund. The height of bund ranges from 0.30 meter to 1 meter and length from 10 meter to few hundred meters. Figure shows contour bund. The height and side slope of the bund determine the storage capacity of upstream area. This technique is most common and widely adopted in several countries. Next, short-term storage by semicircular hoop. This type of structure consists of an earth embankment constructed in a shape of semicircle. The tips of semicircular hoop is furnished on the contour. The water contributed from the area is collected within the hoop to a maximum depth equal to the height of embankment. Excess water is discharged from the point around the tip to the next lower hoop. The rows of semicircular hoop are arranged in a staggered form so that the overflowing water from the upper rows can be easily interrupted by the lower row. Figure shows semicircular hoop. It involves the construction of bund on the contour of catchment area. The height of bund is kept from 0.1 to 0.5 meter and radius from 5 to 30 meter. Such type of structure are mostly used for irrigating the grasses, fodder, stub or trees. Next, short-term storage by trapezoidal bund. It consists of an earth embankment constructed in the shape of trapezoidal. The tips of bund's wings are placed on the contour. Runoff water yielded from the watershed is collected into the cover area. The excess water overflows around the tip. In this system of water harvesting, the rows of burn are also arranged in staggered form to intercept the overflow of water from above the adjacent areas. This method is suitable for the area where rainfall intensity is too high and causing surface flow at the peak rate which damages the contour burn. Figure shows trapezoidal burn. The height of trapezoidal burn ranges from 0.3 meter to 0.6 meter and width across the tip varies from 40 to 160 meter. This technique is widely used for irrigating the crop, grasses, shrubs or trees. Next, short-term storage by graded burn. Sometimes graded burn are also referred as off-contour burn. The design and construction of graded burn are different than contour burn. For graded burn, line slope ranges from 0.5 to 2% and height of burn 0.3 to 0.6 meter. They are used an option where rainfall intensity and soil are such that runoff water discharge from the field can be easily intercepted. The excess water is intercepted or harvested water is diverted to the next field through a channel. The burn constructed on a below consists of a wing which help to intercept the overflowing water from above the burn. These types of burn for water harvesting are generally used for irrigating the crops. Next, by rock catchment. The rock catchment are the exposed rock surfaces used for collecting the runoff water into a part as depressed area. When rainfall occurs on the exposed rock surface, takes a form of runoff very rapidly because there is a very little loss. The runoff form so is drained towards the lowest point called as storage tank and is harvested there. The area of rock catchment may vary from 100 square meter to few thousand square meter. Accordingly, the dimension of storage tank should also be made. The water collected in the tank can be used for domestic stock or for irrigation purposes. And last, by ground catchment. In this method, large area of ground is used as a catchment for runoff yield. The runoff is diverted into the storage tank where it is harvested. The ground is clear from vegetations and compacted very well. Figure shows ground catchment. The use of this water harvesting technique is performed for different purposes. For example, for collecting the runoff water, for supplying the water for irrigation of vegetables. Next, long-term runoff harvesting. The long-term runoff harvesting is mainly done for building a big water stock for the purpose of irrigation, fish farming, electricity generation. It is done by constructing the reservoir and big size pond in the area. There are two types of long-term runoff harvesting technique. First, dugout pond and second, embankment type reservoir. Embankment type reservoir are again classified according to the purpose for which they are meant, such as irrigation dam, silt detention dam, high level burn, farm pond, water harvesting pond and percolation dam. First, dugout pond. Dugout ponds are constructed by excavating the soil from the ground surface. The construction of this pond is limited to those areas which have land slope less than 4% and where water table lies within 1.5 to 2 meter depth from the ground surface. The dugout pond involve more construction costs and therefore these are generally recommended where embankment type ponds are not economically feasible for construction. The design of pond is based on the desired storage capacity, water depth, catchment area, amount of runoff field from the area and its peak rate, subsoil condition, stability of side slope, suitability of site and economics of construction. Figure shows dugout pond. These types of pond required brick lining with cement plastering to ensure a maximum storage by reducing the seepage loss. Second, embankment type reservoir. These types of reservoir are constructed by forming a dam or embankment around the valley or depression of catchment area called as reservoir. The storage capacity of reservoir is determined on the basis of water requirement for various demand and available surface runoff from the catchment. Then irrigation dam. Irrigation dams are mainly meant to store the surface water for irrigating the crops. These dams have provision of gated pipe spillway for taking out the water from the reservoir. Spillway is located at the bottom of dam. Then silt detention dam. The basic purpose of silt detention dam is to detain the silt load coming along the runoff from the catchment area into depressed part and simultaneously to harvest water. The location of such dam is decided at the lower reach of catchment where water enters the valley and finally released into the stream. In these types of dam, a provision of outlet is also made for taking out the water for irrigation purposes. Then high level bund. Such dams are located at the head of valley to form a shape of water tank or pond. The stored water in the pond is used to irrigate the area lying below it. Usually, for better result, a series of such bunds can be constructed in such a way that command area of upper tank form the catchment area for the lower tank. Then farm pond. Farm ponds are constructed for multi-purpose objective such as use for irrigation, livestock, water supply to the cattle feed, fish production, etc. The pond should have adequate capacity to meet all the requirements. Then water harvesting ponds. They may be dugout or embankment type. Their capacity depends on the size of catchment area. The runoff from the catchment is diverted into this pond where it is properly stored. Measures against seepage and evaporation losses should also be adopted in these types of pond. Then percolation dam. These dams are generally constructed at the valley head without the provision of checking the percolation loss. In this way, a large portion of runoff is stored in the soil. Third, floodwater harvesting. To harvest floodwater, wide valleys are reshaped and formed in a series of broad level terraces, and floodwater is allowed through them. The floodwater is spread on these terraces where some amount of it absorbed by the soil, which is used later on by the crops grown in the area. However, the following techniques are also used for floodwater harvesting. First, by diverting to graded bund. In this method, runoff water is diverted to the area covered by graded bunds by constructing the diversion drain which lead to the basin through the channels where crops are irrigated by flooding. Such systems have been used in several countries such as Pakistan, Afghanistan. This method of harvesting of floodwater is applied for the short duration. By check dam. In this method, the small rocks or concrete check dams are constructed across the river or depression to check the flow and also to replenish the aquifer below the bed. Water stored in the aquifer is used by abstracting through the wells or bore holes. This system includes various benefits such as less loss of water due to evaporation than the surface water reservoir, less problem of siltation and cheaper construction. In addition, the peak flows are not intercepted, but they are allowed to discharge over the check dam. Next, by sand dam. Water harvesting by the use of sand dam consists of constructing a dam across the valley or depression for the purpose of reducing the flow velocity of water mixed with sand. By this effect, the silt load of the runoff tends to deposit over the bed. Water flowing through the valleys is filled into the pore space of sand reservoir and thus creating a water body. It has advantages of less loss of water through evaporation. Next, by subsurface dam. It consists of subsurface vertical barriers which are constructed across the valley down the bed. The water flows through the valley is stored in the subsurface reservoir created by barriers. In this dam, the evaporation loss is minimum. The water stored in this dam are utilized by gravity or shallow well or by bore holes later on according to need. And last, by flood control reservoir. The reservoir constructed at suitable size for controlling the flood are known as flood control reservoirs. They are well equipped with self-operating mechanical outlet for letting out the harvested water into the stream or a canal below the reservoir. Hence, topic covered in this lecture are introduction, water harvesting techniques, roof water harvesting, runoff harvesting and flood water harvesting. Thank you.